Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Samantha back here again from the northwest of England, saying a big hello and hope everyone is well. Not too bad a week this week actually, guys. We were lucky enough to catch a beautiful sunset over the sea, because I live at the seaside, and I'll pop a little video possibly at the end just to show you how beautiful the sunset was over the beach. It was gorgeous. So my husband and I went for a little romantic stroll. Doesn't happen very often. Oh dear, we've been together too long. So hope everyone's okay, and today I thought we'd have a little look at this really cute chunky link, which is really funky and chunky and super strong. Okay, so it's kind of just a very basic wire wrap, but you do it double, and I'll show you how to make this smaller version today. This is made with 1mm 18 gauge wire. I've patterned this one just because I think it looks quite nice in the dark brown colour. So we'll go ahead and make this one today, but I just wanted to show you the other sizes that you can make. This guy I wear a lot, and I made this using 1.25, which I think could be 16 gauge. I will check and just put it somewhere here on the screen for you. So, you know, nice. You know, I'm a relatively decent sized woman. And that looks okay on my wrist, doesn't it? And obviously this larger one, I think this was 1.5mm wire, which again is, you know, a much thicker gauge, but again super strong. This guy here is 18 gauge, 1mm copper wire, and I'll show you both ways how to do this. You can link them all together to make just a chain, or like with this one here, they make fabulous links for chains for other pieces of jewellery, because as you can see here, I've used my ever-present seed beads, which I use quite a lot, and just made these little units individually. Okay, so I'll show you how to do both bits. All right, so let's get a materials list and we'll go through how to make these. So to make these one today, I'm going to be using 1mm 18 gauge copper wire. Okay, so when you learn how to make these, you can go ahead and work out the lengths that you need for thicker gauges and that kind of thing. This is just to show you how it's done. So 1mm copper wire, that says 19, but I tend to think it's 18 gauge. Okay, so 18 gauge 1mm wire of your choice. I mean, I use dead soft copper, but you can use anything you like. It needs to be relatively sturdy. I mean, dead soft copper wire is pretty sturdy, isn't it, anyway, even though they call it soft. You will need 2 pairs of your very favourite chain nose pliers. You've probably seen me using these quite a lot. I love these too. You'll need some flush cutters for obvious reasons. I always use my 6-step bail making pliers because I like the consistency that the hoops are. If you're proficient in your round nose, go ahead and use those, obviously. And the only other thing that you'll need is a basic ruler just to measure out some lengths. The lengths today that I will be giving you will make this size link, which measures around 1.5 centimeters, which is just about 1/2 inch, something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and make these beautiful links. So I'll just clear these away. So super easy to do actually, so perfect for the beginner. So what you need to do for this particular size is you need 5 inches, give or take, of your wire. So give it a good stretch out, and we take our ruler. So 5 inches, or about 13 centimeters. This basically gives you enough to wrap with, so that you're not sort of having too much of a fiddly time of it. A fiddly time of it, there we go. So about 5 inches, which is, yeah, but just short of 13 centimeters. Okay. So yet again, my dog Glory is here with me, so you can probably hear him snoring. Yeah, he's having a good snore. little man. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we come about a third of the way down our wire. Okay, and we're going to be making a wire wrap loop to start with. So we bend the wire away from us at that kind of angle. Okay, not quite 45, not quite 90 degrees. And then I use my second step, mainly because I like the size of the loops. So we put our second step in about here. Okay, and bend towards us, rotate the plier, and bend this wire away from us so that we have this. Okay, a nice round happy loop. Oh, got a bit Bob Ross there. Happy little loop. I like Bob Ross, bless him. Okay, so we come in with our chain nose and firmly, obviously, but make sure you don't damage you can use nylon jaw pliers if you like at this point. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind seeing a bit of work in the wires at all. It just shows that it's handmade. So we hold it like so. What we want to be doing now is to wrap this guy around. So underneath and over, one wrap, underneath and over, two wraps, underneath and over, three, and then back underneath for a half. Okay, so that's what we have. So we then come in with our little flush cutters and snip as close as you can. Okay, it's just a basic wire wrap loop, and we just squeeze that end nice and tightly. Okay, so everything is nice and neat. So this is what we have. Oh, there you go. Is the camera struggling today? Never mind. Right, so what we want to do now in the construction of these, I'll show you on the larger one. So we want to have the hoops going in the same direction. Okay, you see how they're going in the same direction there. So what we need to do is holding our wire like so. We want to be bending this wire away from us, but as close to the wrap as we can get it, like so. Okay. Now we come in with our second step again, and we want to be making another wrap. So over, rotate the plier, and round like so. So you're left with this. All right, now then, what we need to do now is want to wire wrap again, but over the top of the existing wraps. Now, my best advice at this point is to look, let's see if I can point them out for you. If you look at the little divots in between each of the wraps, okay, the little sort of channels in between each of these wraps, you want to be aiming to wire wrap this wire over the top of the little channels so that they sit in the channels and nestle in those channels nicely. So you don't want to aim to wrap over the top of the wire so much as in between the wires. Okay, so we hold our unit here, okay, nice and firmly, and hopefully the camera will pick this up. I will probably pull in a bit tighter when I'm editing to show you. So hold, and as you're wrapping, wire wrap over the top, but can you see how I'm wrapping where the channels of the previous wraps are? Okay, I hope the camera's picking that up. So we wrap around until we get to this point here. And then wrap underneath. Oops. And then I like to finish it off like so. Okay. Bring these guys in. Okay, so what you need to do now is to snip about here. Okay, so this guy here will tuck in when you squeeze things together. There we go. So it sort of clips into place. You'll see what I mean when you do it yourself. So because it snips into place, it sort of hides itself inside that loop. Okay, so you'll know what I mean when you do it yourself. That basically means that there's no sharp edges and it tucks in nice and neatly. The good thing about these guys is because they're chunky and kind of fun, you can get away with, you know, them being a little offset. The whole point of these is that they are not uniform. They're supposed to be funky, chunky, and a bit of fun. Okay, so that's our first unit made. Can you see that? Aren't they cute? I don't know what's wrong with my camera today. There we go. Okay, so you can, like I say, use these guys for little units in between beaded units or different types of wire wraps or whatever you want. Okay, but if you want to make a simple chain like so for necklaces and bracelets and things like that, you're going to want to make another and then another and then another. Okay, so I'll do one more and I'll show you how to link them together. So let's take our 5 inches-ish of wire. Okay, so we'll chop that off. Right, so again, using the plier, about 1/3 of the way down, give or take. Make an angle such as that. Okay, come in with your second step towards you, like so. Rotate the plier, and you make a happy little loop. Now then, you can come in with your little unit now and pop it on over the top of the wire and pull it into place so that it's essentially like wire wraps with beads in, except this is just a double wrap. Okay, so once it's popped into position, come in with your plier and you essentially do exactly the same thing. So wire wrap once and twice and 3 times and then back under. Okay, and you come in and snip, and tidy this guy up here. Make sure that it's nice and flush to the straight wire here, so you don't want that sticking out. Okay, and again with this hoop facing this way, not this way, so make sure it's stood up like so. You bend this wire like so, and then come in with your second step again, bend it towards you, rotate your wire, your pliers, and make another little happy loop like so. Hold tightly with your pliers. Gosh, Glory, you're really snory today. He's worse. I think he sounds much worse actually since he's had his pneumonia, bless him. So he's back at the vet's next week for a checkup, but he seems to be doing very well, don't you? Don't you, sunshine? Yeah. Okay, so we're in this. I'm sorry, I'm talking about my dog again. So we take the wire and wrap. Okay, so again, we try and go over the top of the channels of the wire. Oops. Okay, and don't worry about it if it doesn't suit it, because again, these are supposed to be free form and not completely perfect. See, that one's not completely perfect, but that's fine. This is what we like. Snip here, just underneath. Can you see? And then when we tighten this guy up, it will, there you go, fall into place. The whole point of these is that they are not uniform. We want them to be a little bit jumbled, okay? Okay, so that's your second one. How's that? So I'll just do one more, and then you guys can go off and do these and make lots and lots and lots of them, and make sure you tell me in the comments how you get along, because they are super fun and really versatile. You can use these for all sorts of things. So we'll do this one a bit quicker so we can have a bit of a chat. How you all doing? What is it you're making? Everybody well and happy in your household? I hope so. Okay, so bend it round and round for a loop, like so. Pop on your other loop and pull it into place. Okay, hold, round for 3 wraps. So this is number 1 and number 2, number 3, and under for a half wrap. Okay, and then we snip. You can do these in front of the TV in the evening, or listening to the radio, or out in the garden getting some sun. They're so cute, so easy to make. But again, if you're wanting a nice sturdy chain for a particular piece, maybe a heavier piece that you've made or something like that, or just for bracelets, I mean, you know, they're great for bracelets, because we do catch our bracelets sometimes, don't we? So I know for a fact, because I've worn mine, I've worn this guy 1,000 times, and I've caught it and it's never come apart or anything, because they're super sturdy, aren't they? Okay, so now we're at the point again where we bend our wire in the same direction as the other loop. Come in with the second step towards you, and we make another little. So when you get to this point, just straighten these hoops up so that they are in line with each other, like so. Okay, and hold that again and again over the top of these channels. So wrap and over, and again, don't worry about it being not perfect. We don't want it to be. This is the whole point of this wrap, this unit, this component. It doesn't have to be perfect. I like things that aren't perfect a lot of the time. And again, can you see that bit there? Just tuck it in. It tucks in quite nicely. Okay, so how do you feel about that? Give that a go, guys, and let me know how you get on. Again, perfect for bracelets and necklaces, and I hope you have a lot of fun making these. Let me know in the comments how you're getting along, and also just let me know how you're doing. It'd be nice to hear from you guys. So I'll see you soon in my next video. Have a lovely week. See ya.